Heather was 3. Kevin wasn't even a month old. Mitchell got drunk, come in, pinned me up against the sink, put a gun between my eyes, and he kept clicking it. I guess Angels was with me.
And welcome back to another episode of my channel. And before we get into the video, I just want to say like, comment, and subscribe so I can keep posting videos like these and so that I'll know if you like them or if you don't like them. Good luck, and as always, this is a sensitive topic that we're going to be discussing today, so you guys be mindful, and I'll see you after the video.
My name is Tammy McGew. I'm from Beach Hill, Alabama, right there below Good Springs. I grew up in a family with there was 3 of us girls. My dad had been married a few times before, so I got some brothers. We don't really consider step. We thought we didn't realize we was poor, I guess you'd say. My mother, she had a sister and a brother. Her mother passed away when when my mom was 24 months old. She gave birth to her baby brother. My grandmother and my uncle both passed away, one right after the other. I think my uncle lived maybe 30 minutes longer than my grandmother. So my mom, she didn't really know much about being a mom, raising kids, or any of that. So I tried to give her that. So being the middle child, I always try to say that was harder. Mm-hmm. She was more into my sisters than me. She'd get my dad, he'd keep going back to his ex-wife, Janice, and my mom would call her up and tell Tammy that Grady loves you and he don't love her. She's, I'm not going to tell her that, Barbara, that ain't true. And then they'd have their powwow back and forth across the phone. Like, really? And then it was all my fault, and I'm just a kid. I don't even know what the heck's going on. Then Mother, she got pregnant again with my baby sister. Daddy'd go back and forth. The older we got, my mom would tell me. She sent all of them to the store one day to get some gas. All but Tammy. Tammy's got to stay here. My aunt had got me one of the little pine tree Christmas trees that they decorate at Christmas. Mm-hmm. She got me one of them. But my sister didn't get one. But it was my birthday. On their birthdays, theirs was in February. I didn't get nothing on theirs. But that Christmas tree thingy, I just had to have it. Mm-hmm. My mother sent everybody to the store. She went and got some gas, put it in a cup, told me to pour it on it. Told me, I'm like, why? She said, every time you do that, you're good, and you look at that, no matter how much you try to save that plant, it's going to die, and you're going to know that everything you touch is going to die. No matter how much you love it or no matter how much you try to save it, everything that you love and that you touch is just going to die.
And this was your mother?
Yeah. Then I started getting these headaches real bad. My dad kept on sending me to the doctor. He went with Mama, of course, and they said, she's too young to have migraines. Okay. I wasn't about to tell him. Mother would get mad at Daddy. She'd twirl my hair up in her. I mean, just because she's mad at Daddy. She'd do awful stuff like that. She's mad at Daddy. From the time I was 5 to 9, I got raped by my uncle. My dad was in the hospital having a pacemaker put in. And then he would say if I didn't give in, then he would go to my sisters. And I didn't want them to have to go through what I went through. So, I mean, just sort of hush-hush. Then I'm the middle child, wore glasses, like, okay, 4 eyes. Then the first grade teacher, Miss McBride, at T.W. Martin Elementary School, the teacher told us, she said, you and Dina go clean the chalkboards for me and I'll give you a surprise. So let's pick out chalk. Different pieces. I got one about yay high. Take it home. My mother beat the crap out of me. Accused me of stealing it. Told me I was going to take it back to school. And apologize and tell everybody in my class that I was a thief. I did. I got whooped in front of the whole class. Already 4 eyes, now they're making fun of me and laughing at me. And my teacher's trying to tell her, Miss Chapel, she didn't steal that. They were my helpers for the day, and that was what they got. She said, take her home with you, Miss Chapel, take her home with you. She said, no, she's going to stay right here. I'll see her this evening, and just walked off and left me crying. It was awful. So then it was like one bad relationship after another. Got pregnant with my daughter. Her daddy tried to run over me and everything else, telling me how he was just going to kill me, always beating up on me. Then I thought, okay, I want a boy, so I got pregnant with my son, trying to fix it. I'd take my birth control pills, and he'd check them, bring them to me, to give them to me. I'd slip one. He'd think I took it, check my mouth, spit it right out the toilet. The next thing you know, I have a car wreck. Go to the doctor. Take me to the hospital. I done flipped the car like 7 times. Get up there. The doctor says, everything's okay except you're going to have a baby. I'm like, what? I was bawling. I can't tell him. My daddy said, it's okay, I'll tell him. So he did. Mitchell threatening to sue the doctors and everything else. It was kind of funny later, but it wasn't at the time. That relationship, of course, didn't pan out. I decided you can't. Let's see, Heather was 3. Kevin wasn't even a month old. Mitchell got drunk, come in, pinned me up against the sink, put a gun between my eyes, and he kept clicking it. I guess Angels was with me. My daughter, I seen every time it'd click, I'd blink and about pass out. I watched my daughter take my baby son, off the couch and drag him under his arms to the bedroom. And when he got through clicking that gun, he said, oh, heck, I guess it's out of, the bullets ain't no good, or they're just no good through the darn thing. My knees went to jello. I hit the floor. I crawl in there to where my kids is. I'm thinking they're on the bed. They're not. I climb up over the bed thinking the worst. There's my daughter, my 3-year-old, sitting with my baby. She's got her legs spread, got him wrapped up in her arms, just looking, just waiting to see what's going to happen. Knew right then I had to get away from him. And it's back and forth. My mom would talk bad about my kids' daddy in front of them. I'm like, you can't do that. That's their daddy. You don't do that. They'll figure it out in due time. I went through drug addiction, everything to try to kill my pain and ignore my past. Everybody always thought I was a bitch and that I was one of these people that was just not polite, just evil. And if you put up a wall like that and everybody thinks that you're this badass or something, then you don't have to worry about them getting to your feelings or hurting you. Then you don't have to expect anything. I guess it's something to do with the way I lived. But when it comes down to it, it was all, I mean, you ask me for anything, I'll give you anything I got. Shirt off my back. I mean, if you're my friend, my kids, my grandkids, I mean, I don't know. You don't want to show love or that you got a heart, because then people just want to rip it out and just take advantage of you and use you. And it seems like my whole life I've cared for everybody else and took care of them.
It's okay.
My mother-in-law, perfect example. Waited my whole life for my mom to have something to do with me. My mother died in 2004. She had cancer from her knees down, busted open, gangrene, blood coming out of them. She didn't want to take a pain pill, afraid that she'd get addicted. I'm like, you don't got to worry about that. So having to take gauze and you still couldn't keep it all soaked up, it was just bad. And black all the way down through there. Well, I changed her potty, the urine and all in it. I'm back there in her bathroom cleaning it, and I hear her screaming, "Tammy, Tammy!" I'm like, "Yeah, Mama, what is it?" She said, "I just want to tell you I love you here, and I'm sorry." I'm like, "What?" She said, "You forgive me?" I waited my whole life to get that woman's love, and just to hear her say that, I forgave her. But why? I mean, why did it have to be then? I mean, I'm thankful, but then my mother-in-law comes along. My husband beat on me. I tried for years, okay, no matter what. Nobody else sees the other side of it, but it'll be okay. But it wasn't. He cheated. He listened to everybody else come in. Every time he tried to prove me wrong, beat the hell out of me. He'd be proving that I was right and that I wasn't lying to him. My mother-in-law, we finally moved in up there by her. She'd come out there, we'd be fine or something. She didn't realize how bad he was. So it got to the point where she'd call me, and if by 10 o'clock, if I hadn't answered the phone, she was out there about to break my door off the hinges. Hollered, "I'm afraid he killed you or hurt you or something." Well, that bond ended up being one of them that she was my best friend, my shit ass, the mother that I always wanted, never had. She asked me before she passed away if I would, she said, "I got something to ask you, Tammy. I know I'm asking a lot, but if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd do it for you." I said, "Okay, Mom, anything." You never turned this woman down. Never would. Never broke a promise to her while she was alive or since she's been dead. Never would. She told me, she said, "When I pass, I want you to be the one to clean me up." She said, "I know I'm asking a lot." She had me go get her box, this little box thing I bought her. She wanted me to go get her dress. She picked out a blue dress, pair of pearls that I bought her. Christmas Eve of 2017. Couldn't have got a better honor for her. She was a God-loving woman. She believed in the Lord. She worshiped the Lord. Christmas Eve, she went to be with the Lord. I kept my word. My brother-in-law told me, he said, "Tammy," he said, I want to thank you." And he gave me a hug. He said, "I love you." He said, "We couldn't have done what you did." He said, "And it means a lot." I said, "Okay, I appreciate that." And I told him I loved him. Well, the nurse kept telling me, "Come on, you ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do this." But I do. Because that was my shit ass. That was my best friend. My second mother. That was my world. My earth angel. So I did. Bathed her, cleaned her up, put her in clean clothes, like she just lay there sleeping. Told me to go get my husband and his brother. He looked at her and he said, "Thank you." He said, "She looks like she's laying there sleeping, like nothing's ever wrong with her." She said, "Don't thank me. That was nothing but pure love straight from the heart. Thank your wife." He shrugs his shoulders and walks out. Well, his ex-girlfriend, she was there. She stayed with me. He lied about where he was, what he was doing. I finally called his boss where he's supposed to be because I was worried about him. He said he was off with his other buddy. They come up there about 10 o'clock and they're going to work on a dune buggy or something. I'm not even believing this crap. So, what can I do? Okay, so I go pick out the music for her funeral, go buy the CDs. My daughter-in-law and me wasn't getting along at the time. She wouldn't let me see my grandbabies. So my daughter calls me and she says, "Mom," she says, Bridget's at the funeral home. I said, I ain't got nothing to say to her unless she can do whatever, as long as if she says anything to me, it better be that I can see my grandkids. If not, I got nothing to say. She come in and wanted to say some crap about what I needed to do, but wait a minute, this is my husband. We're not going there. So we had a few choice words. I followed her out to the funeral home, and she's telling the man at the front, she said, will the law be called us? No. He said, as long as y'all take it outside the door, we're good. And we did. We argued, and that was that. I said, I'm not going to disrespect my mother-in-law like this in here. So she went on to call my son. Well, keep in mind, I done gave my stepson, my son, Steve's son, the CDs before I walked out. Done picked out the music. My son shows up that next evening. Me and Steve's ex-girlfriend had went down there to do the makeup and all, like I promised my mother-in-law I would. She started crying, had to go out. She left me there in the funeral home with my mother-in-law. I knew that was going to be the last time I ever got to see her. That was going to be my goodbyes. And I said my goodbyes. My son showed up that evening when they was having the viewing. Knocked me on my ass for hitting his wife. Knocked my glasses off my face. I went to get up and I was gonna let him have it. But when I reached back to get my glasses like this, straight through the funeral home doors, I see my mother-in-law's casket. I shook it off, got up, apologized to everybody, asked my son if he wanted to hit me again. He said no. Everybody's like, come on, Tammy, stay. I'm like, no. I got in my car and went home. Well, the next day was the funeral. I asked Steve. I got up and I was hurting so bad, squalling, I was hurting so bad. Asked him if he would wake me up, but he got ready to leave for the funeral. He said, okay. I woke up burning up. Called the funeral home. They said they couldn't wait on me. I met them on Falls City Road going to Mount Zion. I followed them in, watch them get my mother-in-law out, get up to the graveside, ask them to open her so I could see her. I didn't even get to put her can of snuff in there. They said they had sealed her. My husband steps up in front of everybody, and says, get up off your knees, get up now, get out of their way and let them do their job. Let the men do their job. This is your mother's funeral. She had brain surgery, and when they went in with a tube, it messed up her esophagus and all, and she had to have a feeding tube. I took care of her for like a year. It didn't matter if she was in the nursing home, out here at Jasper, Princeton. Never was there a day that woman went without me being there, letting her know that she was loved no matter what. I would take her catfish, a cup of ice cream, and that was just our thing every day. And it became a real thing every day. When she got so bad off, Dr. Johnson said, it's her call. I said, well, if that's what she wants. He said, if she's okay with that, he explained it to her and she was fine. Well, there's a couple of people that tried to say, they turned me in saying that I wasn't taking care of her, yah. I called him. He said, man, you're fine. Because I called, I was late one day, and I told myself, we'll be late. And they said, but you canceled, Miss McGee. I said, I didn't cancel, and I was calling. Well, just come on in. Then I went to get her some catfish at Victoria's, and my brother-in-law called me and said, better get up here, there's a social worker up here. What? I get up there, and they go, well, she's supposed to drink this here, whatever that crappy milk was. And I said, no, Dr. Johnson said if she wanted it, she could have it. Okay? And that's what I did. Well, he told me, here's the number, give it to him. I'll handle it. Okay? Just crazy. It seemed like every time I'd try to do something right, somebody was sabotaging me. Well, then I'm out there one day, and my husband walks in, and me and him, it was to the point where I told him, I'm here till she passes, and that's the only reason I'm here. This marriage is over, we're done, and it'd been over for a long time. And she told him, she said, I want to give Tammy the house. She said, will you be mad? No, Mama, it's your house. I won't be mad. Do what you want to do. Well, I'm giving Tammy the house. Okay. The papers was made out, but I never went and had anything recorded or anything because I wanted it left the way it was.
How do you feel now with her being gone and going through life?
That woman was my world. Me and Steve got into it one day, and he tells his brother, oh, Neil, by the way, Mom gave Tammy the car, but she didn't give her the house. If the ball man hadn't broke, I'd beat that motherfucker to death. I was out there yesterday, and I walked in and didn't think nothing about it. I come back out. The other son that's living in the house has torn out her car shed. Oh, it's rotten, and it wasn't rotten. I was so freaking exhausted one night. I fell asleep out there. And he said that I left the keys in the door to her bedroom. He took the key. They had went through everything out there. That was the one place I could go. And it was still all about her. It's like they're not satisfied until there's nothing left of her. You walked in her house, her living room, in her kitchen, to the right, the door to her bedroom, but it walked down into an old kitchen. The old cook stove and everything. Did you turn on the light? The next one is her bedroom. She had her piano, her bed. The brother that's living in the house took all the copper wiring out from under the gas to heat the house on that in the old part, which is the old kitchen in her bedroom. Messed up the water. Oh, I'm not hooking the water back up. I'm not hooking the gas back up. Then why are you even in there?